Joining us now live from Bondi Junction is Sky News reporter Kenny Heatley. Kenny.
Ron, good morning. As you can see here, the outpouring of grief has begun. We've had politicians come lay flowers, members of the public, and now this sweet little girl laying flowers because of what's happened here. So this outpouring of grief is expected to grow throughout the morning. We also have seen something quite grim happen in the last hour or so. We saw bodies in body bags get taken out of Westfield into transport vehicles, and then those transport vehicles about 15 minutes ago left the scene. So that's an update on the crime scene about what's happening in Westfield right now. And joining me here is Health Minister Ryan Park. Minister, we just saw, in the last hour, the body's been removed from a Westfield shopping centre. It's shocking.
Well, it's absolutely shocking. The events of yesterday are unbelievably horrific, and the likes that we really haven't seen before. I think the country woke up this morning with probably more questions than answers, but what we do know is that there are people alive today because of the brave men and women of the New South Wales Police Force and our paramedics and our healthcare workers who literally, in some cases, work miracles to keep people alive overnight.
As a Health Minister, what have you been doing? I understand we saw the pictures yesterday of the huge paramedic response that was out here. Can you talk us through the paramedic response and how big it was, and also, we have a 9-month-old baby in Sydney's Children's Hospital. Have you spoken to any nurses or practitioners who were there? How are they doing?
Well, yesterday we saw around 75 paramedics on scene in what was a major event, and we saw additional 40 ambulances and paramedic specialist vehicles. Last night I attended a debriefing of about 30 to 40 paramedics at Randwick Ambulance Station, spoke to those frontline paramedics who were first on scene, and the scenes were absolutely chaotic. You could imagine them treating random people on the ground in the floor of a Westfield, not knowing if the attacker was still nearby. They're doing this on their own in some cases until further backup arrived. Last night I also went across to the Children's Hospital at Randwick, and I spoke with the nurses and clinicians who worked on that baby who was presented there in a critical condition. They've performed miracles overnight. That baby is in ICU, still in a critical condition. But I just want to acknowledge the enormous health response as well as the police effort. And truly, people are alive this morning because of it.
Minister, we really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much. So just to recap, guys, what we've seen in the last hour with bodies being removed from inside Westfield, there is still a cordoned off crime scene, and that will remain for at least the rest of the day. Those bodies being removed in red bags and then placed into vans, and then about 15-20 minutes ago those vans have exited. We understand also that there are 1,500 cars underneath here parked from people who were here yesterday. They were told yesterday they had to leave them there because it was an active crime scene. We understand that Westfield is working with the state government and the local government to work with those people in retrieving those cars at some point today. This could be an active crime scene for a couple of days, and how long Westfield remains closed, well, that's yet to be confirmed. But right now, an outpouring of grief here at Westfield Bondi Junction, and I suspect that by the end of the day that is going to be a huge pile of flowers, and to see little kids coming and laying flowers, it's truly heartbreaking, guys.